What's up everyone? So today's video is going to be about Snoop Dogg because I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for me to expose him. So I did a lot of research and I finally found all of his characters. So before I get into the video, make sure you guys drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon. The links are in the description below. So as you guys can see right here by this side-by-side comparison, Clyde Drexler is the base character for Snoop Dogg. And there's like 2 or 3 other characters involved in this rabbit hole. So make sure you guys watch this video all the way through because I'm going to break it down for you guys. So right away, I'm sure all of you guys can see the resemblance. You know, Clyde Drexler is a pretty old character, so he's pretty much the base character for all of these characters that I'm going to show in this video. And you're going to see a big pattern with this because Clyde Drexler is a basketball player and Snoop Dogg loves basketball as well. And the other character that I'm going to show you guys is also in the NBA. So let's get into some more comparisons. As you guys can see, they have the same face structure and their eyes are very similar as well. And when you look at young pictures of Snoop Dogg and Clyde, that's when you can really see the resemblance. And it's crazy because Clyde is basically old enough to be his dad, but in reality, it's not that he's his dad. What's going on here is they used Clyde Drexler's features when they were creating Snoop Dogg's character. So that's why they look so much alike. But I'm going to show you guys a couple other characters that Snoop Dogg is also mixed with because he doesn't look exactly like Clyde, obviously, but they do share a strong resemblance. So it is pretty obvious that Snoop Dogg's character comes from Clyde Drexler because he's the oldest one in this rabbit hole. And I feel like with this comparison, you guys can really see it because right now, both of these characters are getting old, so they're starting to artificially age their vessels. That way they can look different and people won't catch on. So that's why when I do research on these videos, I always try to find young pictures of them because that's when you'll really see the resemblance. Alright, so the reason why Snoop looks slightly different is because he's mixed with this white character, Adrien Brody. And keep in mind that it's a small mixture. Snoop Dogg's features mainly came from Clyde Drexler, but obviously they did mix in a little bit of Adrien Brody in there. So that's why Snoop does look a little bit like him. And if you notice, they have a very similar goatee as well. So it looks like he got that from him as well. And also keep in mind that I was doing research on this and Nipsey is involved in this rabbit hole a little bit because they did mix in Adrien Brody a little bit when they were creating Nipsey Hussle's character. But at the end of the day, if you guys watch my Nipsey Hussle video, Nipsey Hussle mainly got his features from Prodigy. So make sure you guys go watch my video about Nipsey. I'm going to put a link to that in the description below because Nipsey's rabbit hole is kind of different from Snoop Dogg's. You know, even though they do look alike, I wouldn't really put them in the same rabbit hole because they only have a little bit of features from Adrien Brody. So it's not strong enough for them to all look extremely alike. So that's why I have 2 separate videos on them. You know, Snoop Dogg mainly comes from Clyde Drexler and Nipsey mainly comes from Prodigy. So I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible and not confuse anybody. But I do have to say that Adrien Brody is mixed with Snoop Dogg and Nipsey, so that's why they do look alike. But one thing I want to say about this is the fact that don't let the media distract you and make you think that Adrien Brody is Snoop Dogg's base character, because what I noticed is the media tries to push the comparisons of the ones where they have a small resemblance and a small mixture, and they don't push out the ones where they have a strong mixture like Clyde and Snoop Dogg, for example. You know, why am I the first one to even point this out? You know, I didn't find any other comparisons of them online, but as you guys can clearly see, they look exactly alike. So I say this because a lot of times people fall for the bait that the media pushes, like Adrien Brody and Snoop Dogg, for example, because as you guys can see, they barely look alike. You know, it's a very small resemblance, you know, but there is a little bit of features in there that Snoop did get from Adrien Brody. But keep in mind, Clyde Drexler is the main focus here because that's where he got 90% of his features from. But I do want to say that there is a lot of connections to the fact that Snoop Dogg does have a white character, because it is kind of funny that he sold weed to Cameron Diaz in high school. So Cameron Diaz said, "We went to high school together. Snoop Dogg was a year older than me. I remember him. He was very tall and skinny. He wore lots of ponytails. I'm pretty sure I bought weed from him." First thing I want to say is ponytails is a girl thing and Snoop Dogg is a female, and I'm going to show you guys some more pictures of him where he looks very feminine at the end of this video. And also this small story from Cameron Diaz and Snoop Dogg shows me how fake these characters are, because what are the chances that Cameron Diaz and Snoop Dogg go to the same high school together at the same time, and he happens to sell her weed. You know what I mean? Like, even though that story is probably fake, but just the fact that they probably did go to the same high school together goes to show that they're infiltrators. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people tell me, oh, I know this person, I went to high school with him, and I'm not saying that you didn't. You know what I mean? These people infiltrate in our everyday lives, and that's something I have to keep saying in my videos because some people don't understand that. You know, they try to tell me that they know this person or they went to high school with this celebrity. And the funny thing is, in my videos, I never said that these celebrities won't be in the same high school as you, or that you can't meet these celebrities, because you actually can. You know, they're infiltrating our everyday lives, and that's a really deep topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about, because that's kind of creepy, you know, the fact that these people just infiltrate our everyday lives, and at the end of the day, they're impersonating us because they're not real humans. But I'll talk about that a little bit deeper towards the end of the video. So another connection to him having a white character is also the fact that this picture of him and Britney has been going viral lately. So I just find it funny that he interacts with a lot of white women. And what's weird about this is he has a wife, so I don't understand why he's basically kissing Britney right here. You know, I don't know what's going on with that, but make sure you guys go watch Divine Sade's video about Britney Spears, because Marilyn Monroe is Britney Spears. And I also made a video about this as well, so make sure you guys go check those out. I'm going to put a link to the playlist of our videos about her in the description below. Alright, so let's move on to the next character, which is Chris Bosh. So as you guys can see, Chris Bosh and Snoop Dogg look exactly alike. You know, this is probably their youngest character, because Snoop Dogg and Clyde are pretty old right now, but Chris Bosh is pretty young, so he's pretty much the youngest character in this Snoop Dogg rabbit hole that I know of. Here's another side-by-side comparison of them. And as you guys can see, they have a very similar side profile as well. And a big connection here is their names. So Snoop and Chris are both 5 letters, and Dogg and Bosh are both 4 letters. And I find it interesting that he spelled his name Dogg with 2 G's, because if it was just 1 G, then they wouldn't have the same amount of letters as Chris Bosh. But what I noticed is they purposely add certain letters to make their name a certain amount of letters. And a lot of times they do that for Gematria purposes as well, so that they can script things later on in their career. But yeah, I just find it interesting that they have the exact same amount of letters in their name. And also Clyde is also 5 letters. So all of their first names are 5 letters. And Chris and Clyde both start with a C as well. So there's a lot of connections between them that I'm going to get into. But as you guys can see, if you look up pictures of Chris Bosh with dreads, he really looks like Snoop Dogg. You know, there's so many comparisons online. This one is pretty easy to see. And here's some side-by-side comparisons I've made of their smile, because they have the exact same smile. It's insane. And one thing to keep in mind is 2 people can never have the exact same smile in the real world. You know what I mean? So that's how you know that these celebrities are not real. You know, what are the chances that these 2 celebrities have the exact same smile and they look exactly alike? Alright, so here's a picture of Chris Bosh that I found, and he's with this white woman at a restaurant, I believe, and he looks exactly like Snoop Dogg right here. You know, when I first saw this picture, I thought it was Snoop. You know, I bet a lot of you guys can't even tell the difference between them right here. And here's a picture of Snoop where he looks exactly like Chris Bosh once again. You know, it's crazy how much they look alike. And here's another picture of Chris Bosh, and he looks a lot like Snoop once again. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I feel like I really found most of Snoop Dogg's characters, and I'm pretty sure they're going to bring in a new one once Chris Bosh starts getting pretty old. But for now, I feel like Chris Bosh is probably the youngest one. And the crazy thing about this is Chris Bosh also looks like Clyde a lot too. So that's another big connection, because both of these characters are in the NBA. Clyde is retired now, but he did used to play in the NBA. And like I mentioned earlier, these celebrities are not regular humans. Not only are their features mixed with other celebrities, but they also have a lot of animal features as well. And Snoop Dogg actually admits that he has dog features in him, because his name is literally Snoop Dogg. And he even has a music video where he transforms into a dog. I forgot what it was called, but it's a really old video. And if you guys seen that video, you guys should know what I'm talking about. But it's really creepy, man. The fact that he actually looks like a dog. You know, and even though it is funny, but it's also creepy if you really think about it. Because what regular person looks like a dog? You know what I mean? Like, this is some creepy shit. The fact that these celebrities are mixed with animals as well. And I'm gonna make a video about Dr. because his base character is also mixed with an animal. And there's so many celebrities that are mixed with animals that I'm gonna show you guys, because it's not just Snoop Dogg. You know, so that's why if you notice, a lot of celebrities actually name themselves after animals. So here's some more comparisons of Snoop Dogg and some dogs. And as you guys can see, they look exactly alike. You know, it's really creepy that he looks so much like all these different dogs. And he even admitted it right here, because he posted a picture of him next to a dog on his Instagram. And I guess it's a dog with ponytails and a blue bandana and a death row chain. So it's crazy how much he put it in plain sight that he's actually a dog. And Ice Cube also has a lot of dog features as well. You know, he really looks like a dog too. It's kind of creepy how much he looks like this dog right here. You know, even down to the facial expressions. That's what's really creepy about this. You know, they look exactly alike. And a big connection with Snoop Dogg being Clyde Drexler and Chris Bosh is the fact that he's so involved with basketball, you know what I mean? So right here, there's an article that says Ice Cube announces Big 3 ownership NFTs. Snoop Dogg wants 2 teams. Snoop Dogg wants to own not 1 but 2 Big 3 basketball teams. The Dogfather made the announcement Saturday, April 22nd, while standing next to the 3-on-3 Basketball League's founder, Ice Cube. So basically, Snoop Dogg wants to own 2 basketball teams from Ice Cube's league. And another big connection is he's always playing basketball. You know, a lot of these are like celebrity basketball matches, but I just find it interesting that he has so many pictures playing basketball and videos. And the funny thing is, when you really look at him, he looks like Chris Bosh in these pictures and Clyde Drexler. And here's a funny video of Chris Bosh where he looks a lot like Snoop Dogg. He's doing this funny face in front of LeBron. Make sure you guys go watch my video about LeBron, by the way. I'm going to put a link to that in the description below. So here's some more pictures of Snoop Dogg playing basketball, and he's really good too. And these dunks remind me of Clyde, because Clyde was really good at dunking. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I feel like Snoop made this one pretty obvious, you know, with all the basketball connections, and he even admits he's a dog, you know. That's what really creeps me out about him. And one thing I noticed when I was looking into the Gematria with these characters is that Bosh and Kill have the same Gematria. As you guys can see, they both equal 44 in the English ordinal cipher, and then they both equal 17 in the full reduction, and then 64 in the reverse ordinal. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these 3 characters fakes their death. You know, whether it be Chris Bosh, Clyde Drexler, or Snoop Dogg. I'm pretty sure one of these characters is going to get knocked off the world stage pretty soon, because all 3 of them look exactly alike. You know, so it's only a matter of time before they take one out. Because what I noticed is they don't like to have a lot of the same characters out at the same time, because they know that people will notice how much they look alike. And clearly people have noticed that Chris Bosh and Snoop look alike. But for some reason, there's only a few people that noticed that Clyde and Snoop look alike. So hopefully I brought more awareness to that. Alright, so as you guys can see, Snoop Dogg looks like a woman. You know, he's even dressed like a woman right here. And he looks a lot like Clyde. You know, Clyde is doing a very feminine pose right here as well. So these characters are female based. But at the end of the day, they are both genders. So that's why sometimes he'll look like a man and sometimes he'll look like a woman. But in these pictures right here, he really looks like a woman. You know, especially right here. He looks like he could be somebody's grandma at this point. And once again, Clyde looks very feminine right here. And one thing I noticed about Snoop is he likes to deepfake his face on a lot of celebrities. So here's some deepfakes of Snoop Dogg's face on Lionel Messi. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen all the deepfakes that I posted of him, because he has so many of them. So I'm going to play those videos for you guys at the end of this video so you guys can see them. But if you guys are interested in more deepfakes, go follow me on Instagram, because that's where I really bring awareness to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon for exclusive content that is not allowed on YouTube. Thank you to everyone that supports my Patreon, my Instagram, and my YouTube. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I do my best to bring the best content possible for you guys. You know, I do hours and hours of research. And these videos take me a long time to make because I'm really a perfectionist and I try to bring you guys the best evidence as possible. And thank you to everybody that donated for my birthday. Thank you guys for all the support, and I hope you guys have a great night.
Many people ask me, Snoop Dogg, how come you always so happy? Hey, no screens. I'm in school. I'm watching your old music videos. That's education right there. Yeah.
You know it's good when you have to lick your fingers afterwards. Skittles. Yeah. Skittles. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye.
I'm changing my name. I'm changing my name to Dog Tyson. I'm changing my name.
Think I'm in love, she think I'm in love, she know she bad. But what's new? Maybe the think I'm in love, she know she bad. But what's new? Maybe the baddest. I want you, girl. Think I'm